Okay guys, the video that I'm about to show you is called Street Cop Training, and this is how they really feel about us. Unconstitutional laws being broken and everything. Discrimination, anything that you can think of, they're doing. If you want to see a us versus them class as far as hate toward the citizens, this is your insight.
In October 2021, about 1,000 police officers attended a private police training conference in Atlantic City. About 240 of the officers were from New Jersey. We investigated this 6-day conference hosted by a private company called Street Cop Training. The training was held after New Jersey, as well as other states, had adopted safety initiatives and reforms to reduce bias and excessive force in policing. What we found was really disturbing. Instructors taught unconstitutional policing practices, teaching officers to stop motorists without a lawful basis and to illegally prolong traffic stops. They denigrated women and racial and ethnic minorities. They promoted a warrior mentality and glorified violence. They belittled internal affairs. They dehumanized civilians. They made jokes about their genitalia and harassed members of the audience. And this training was paid for with public funds. Taxpayers paid for a training that normalized discriminatory and harassing behavior by public servants who were supposed to be held to very high standards. These kinds of attitudes and behaviors inevitably lead to violations of constitutional rights, to discrimination, and to lawsuits. And you, the taxpayers of New Jersey, pick up the tab. How did this happen? It happened because private post-academy police training in New Jersey is a free-for-all. There is virtually no oversight or regulation. As a result, companies like Street Cop can rent a room, charge officers or their departments to attend, and teach whatever they want. That has to change. This impacts all of us. Read our report.
I don't want to hero's exit. I don't want to fucking die at like 91 with hookers and cocaine around me, you know? Like, why wouldn't that be your goal and objective? Like I'm on vacation in Colombia, money, and these girls like are not as wealthy and they need to do things to make money.
If you're trying to get a little booty boo poo nanny boom tang, whatever the hell you call it, okay, there's an approach. You don't walk up and say, "Hi, what's your name? How old are you?" Sounds like casting couch, doesn't it? You know what I'm saying? So, yeah, there is like a little bit of a finesse. You gotta be a fucking gigolo.
All right, so normally in my class, we open up that beer tap and I just start spraying people with information. But today, you guys are just gonna get the tip.
I would be remiss if I didn't remind you or let you know that I have a 3-inch dick.
I'm not the one with a 1-inch dick.
There's actually people who drive around and will input into this website, hey, I just saw a fucking LV series Pennsylvania. You know,
Murder or something like that?
Ray, you got drugs in the car? I would never do anything like that. Yeah, okay. I watched this car come off the highway, and I fucked the shit out of the female driver. She doesn't want to fuck me back, though.
It's gonna be the sneaky peek, and you all know the sneaky peek. Every guy in the room right now is like, what are you talking about? It's like when you're there, and somebody walks by you, and you're like, don't look. Like, just don't look. Okay, oh, you know what, hold on. Hey, what's up, buddy? Fake phone call. Okay, I looked.
Understanding pain, both physically and physiologically, it's important. When we understand what it does and what purpose it serves, it's just another thing that we can harness and that we can leverage as a weapon. I like it. You know, like, not like, hey, will you whip me later? But maybe. You know, like, maybe.
Next person that challenges you about how we need to keep reimagining, ask he or she, him, her, she, him, whatever the fuck you want to call people now.
I'm from the Middle East. Everything is a business, even how we get married. You ever heard of the dowry shit? Y'all know what a dowry is? I'd like your daughter. Can I have her? 150,000. You can have her all day long. You keep her. Don't bring her back. Middle Eastern folks in the class are like, dude, shut up.
I love what the fuck I do for a living. There's nothing else I'm good at. I love violence, I love fighting, I love shooting, and I fucking love freedom. It wasn't that long ago that we were drinking out of the skulls of our enemies. Like, you know, like, I'm gonna fucking murder this guy, then I'm gonna take his head, then I'm gonna cut his head in half, and then I'm gonna boil his skull, and then I'm gonna drink out of that skull. Fucking rad, right?
I'm not sure the guy who's fucking recording you like, oh, I am not a citizen of the United States under fucking Act 12, 6. Shut the fuck up, right? About to get pepper sprayed and fucking tased. Windows broken out, motherfucker.
We don't like treating turds, right? You're like, fuck them. The ambulance can take care of them, right? And I had a problem treating, gangbangers and the people that were the pieces of shit of society, right? I had a great mentor that told me, well, Sean, guess what? That's a live tissue lab, bro. Anytime you come to one of these shitbags, absolutely do the best you can. Absolutely, because what if he gets hurt, right? Or she gets hurt, or he gets hurt, then I can perform that flawlessly because now I've had some reps in. Everybody get that? Everybody with me on that?
In the South, it's the wild, wild west, south, wherever. You don't believe me? Run from Georgia State Patrol. Y'all know what I'm talking about, right? Run from me. Somewhere along the chase becomes neither confirm or deny there's some videos out there with me doing just that.
This guy pulls into a gas station, pops his hood up, gets out of his car. But yeah, in Jersey, we don't pump our own gas. They do it. Other people do it. So kind of like right from the beginning, I was a little concerned about it.
Answer your question. What's with the small rubber band? Little small rubber band. You see that rubber band? Yeah. What's with the small?
Facial expressions. That's all I want. This was just a couple of rubber bands and driving behavior. Look at his hand shaking.
Do you have an ID, sir? Okay, can I see an ID?
That's not an 18-year-old kid dressed like Jesus coming eastbound out of Trenton. It's a 75-year-old black man, a change in driving behavior, came into a gas station, and I'm like, what the fuck? And you know what? Shame on me, because I look in there and I'm like, oh, got a couple small rubber bands. And all I'm doing is asking, hey, what's up with that? Have a day where you go out and go, I'm going to pull over 20 people in a row for the sole purpose of asking them a series of questions. And make up your own questions. Something as simple as, hey, how you doing? Where you coming from? You know, hey, where you going? Be real friendly about all stuff and just see how people answer questions. You will learn general baseline. And then when you ask somebody a question and the answers are just weird, you'll be so much better at picking up on it.
In Indiana, speed limit for trucks is 65, cars is 70. There's no fucking way that any car should ever be behind a semi if they have the ability to pass it. So when you do that, if you're coming through Indiana, I'm gonna fucking stop your ass. Like, he has the whole left lane to pass his fucking semi, but he's gonna sit right behind it. It makes zero sense. It's not logical.
We've all seen the videos Kenny Williams with him sitting in the driver's seat. He's finger fucking his computer, really just playing Tetris, not doing anything. And he's asking them very simple questions in the midst of, his investigation. Oh, so who's that in the car again? Oh, where'd you guys say you're going? You going for a long time? I have family out that way. Making up a story and trying to engage them in a casual conversation. We get kicked in the dick one too many times, when we get in trouble by IA, when we lose our motivation and inspiration. I harped a lot on all the negativity. How many times I got kicked in the dick because they didn't want me to go out there and hit a trap, and they didn't want to hit money, they didn't want to hit me kilo. I hit 15 kilos, I hit 300,000. I'm still getting yelled at. I'm still getting yelled at.
Somebody with some kind of fucking thing on their shoulders or neck collar or fucking whatever. Say, hey, we watched your body cam videos. We don't think you got a voluntary consent. Yeah, here's 7 pieces of case law, fuckhead. Stop trying to bag the 19-year-old dispatcher. Get a fucking life. But we show up, especially when we're new, hammering out fucking tickets like they're going out of style. I don't care, bro, speed for speed, I'm saving your life. Shut the fuck up. Saving your life. We don't like to write, this is the fucking fun shit, like you see that shit on like Facebook. We don't like to write tickets, but we do because we care about your loved one. Here's a crash car. Yeah, and then every fucking friend of yours who you work with does 106 and a 50, and you stop and go, on a job. Hey, have a good one, right?
Okay, so this idiot here is the CEO of the company, and he got major pushback from the public when they found out about this. Remind you, this is a private company that's teaching this, and they're getting your tax dollars on this. And he's currently bankrupt, allegedly, after the public found out about this video. So guys, watch him cop-splain himself out of this one. But he doesn't really do a good job. Check it out.
I know a lot of you have been waiting for us to give a statement regarding a report that came out last week from the New Jersey State Office of the Comptroller regarding the 2021 Street Cop Conference. And so I want to thank you for giving me an opportunity to tell our side of the story and what really happened here. Over the past week, a number of media stories have come out related to a report by the New Jersey State Office of the Comptroller, which cast a negative light on street cop training and the content of our training sessions. Guys, we tried to work cooperatively with the OSC in this report, but that was not part of the agency's agenda. They wanted nothing to do with it. I want to start by saying I personally take responsibility and apologize for any inappropriate or offensive language that was used by a few of our instructors in the 2021 training session that was the sole focus of this OSC report. We do important work, and there is no place for demeaning, harassing, or hateful words or jokes in our training. Since that time, we have worked as a company to implement quality control measures to foster a cooperative environment among our instructors and professional staff here at this office. We don't want that type of incident ever happening again, similar in any way to the October 2021 conference, to reoccur. In addition, like many other companies, we conduct DEI and sensitivity training for our instructors. We are confident that our remedial measures have been successful, as there have been no complaints, zero, or any allegations of any kind of improper conduct or comments made at any program since. The men and women that work alongside and for street cop training are inclusive, dynamic, passionate, and empathetic, and they're the best human beings I've ever known in my life. Any other misinterpretation of them is completely misleading. The OSC report also gives the perception that our training supports or promotes unconstitutional policing, and that is simply not true. No video, slide, or reference has been presented, nor exists to illustrate the suggestion or instruction of any violation of a recognized constitutional amendment. That's why they said it's likely. In fact, we advise all the attendees that the material they are being taught is an extension of what they are learning at their police academies, and we task them with having the accountability to read and interpret case law, standard operating procedures, and guidelines in order to adopt them in a way that is in alignment with their state agencies and their state for which they work. We want police officers to have the highest level of professionalism so that lawful interactions that become potential criminal investigations have the highest probability of completion and conviction. I also want to say I'm so thankful and heartened by the support of all the law enforcement agencies and police officers across this country who have told us and reminded us of the importance of our training in bettering them and their capabilities to improve policing and crime reduction. That has been our goal for the past decade and will continue to be our goal going forward. At the heart of the Street Cop Foundation is the desire to help law enforcement professionals be the very best they can be for themselves and for the communities they serve. That will be our goal as we review, reflect on the past, navigate the present, and enhance our plan for the future. The truth of the matter is, almost 1,000 police officers know exactly what happened during the 2021 conference, and not one ever complained that there was anything short of great training. That's all we heard that week. As a matter of fact, many police officers were thankful that they were able to attend and receive training on understanding and abiding by the United States Constitution, how to stop human trafficking, rescuing kidnapped children, and generally overall saving lives, just to name a few. But strategically, none of that was mentioned in the OSC report. I want all of you to know that there are two sides to any story, and there is certainly one here. Lastly, I want to express that while we were painted as the bad guys, we are in fact the good guys, creating better, more well-trained police officers for a country that expects the best from their men and women in blue. And everybody in this profession knows that. The last thing I want to say is I can't thank all of you enough for the messages and the phone calls we've received, reminding us of how important the work is that we do and what we've done for you in the profession. You all have a very difficult job out there, but this country appreciates their men and women in blue. And so for that, I thank you on behalf of everybody, my family, my friends, for going out and doing a job that in modern times sometimes seems very difficult or impossible. But just know that we appreciate you. Thank you.